Well, this was different. Okay, so I was waiting for the DJ's owner. He got there, but I got a divine appointment lift ride. The divine appointment lift ride was from a different God. So a different God wanted me to pick somebody up for some reason. So I didn't want to pass that up. God's, worked hard to make that divine appointment. And really, we had talked about the DJ owner enough that maybe that's the answers he wanted. So I thought, well, I'll just go. If he has more questions, now he knows he can just think it in his head and I'll answer when I have time. Well, I went to that big, huge hotel on Frank Sinatra. And that's where I picked up the lift ride. The lady was remarkably amazing, really spectacular, a really beautiful, good person. I could see why a God would orchestrate a divine appointment. Well, I was at that hotel on Frank Sinatra. So if you were on the 111 and you made a right on Frank Sinatra and you go up the hill, and that's where famous people and stuff live, way, way, way back there. But before you go way back there, there's this really big, big hotel. And the lady was saying it's part of like Marriott points or something. If you ever rack up points, you can get like a really good deal because the rooms are really expensive. And I didn't know what that place was. They're just a overloaded God hate place every time I'm around. Well, the security camera was a bigwig. Some bigwig was in the area and was looking at me through the security camera thing at that hotel. So I was watching the people help the lady into the car because she had a walker, and they were helping her into the car or watching her get into the car and put the walker in the trunk. And I was waiting for all the comments because half my trunk is full. From the God hate overloaded people. And all of a sudden I could feel somebody staring at me. And sure enough, there was a weird security camera. And I figured it out. It's some bigwig, some monumental bigwig connected to that hotel place. And the passenger that I picked up, they had fallen at the hotel. So the passenger I picked up had a hip issue and needed a hip replacement. And the passenger is out in the area because their wife, their spouse, their girlfriend, their significant other, she needs a surgery or some nightmare situation, something, biopsy, something. To me, anything medical, and I freak out. I can't handle suffering. But it sounded pretty serious what her spouse or significant other needed. And then she needs a hip replacement. And so she was talking to me about all of it, and I realized that the God had put her in the car and wanted me to answer to the divine appointment to see if she qualified for a miracle, of course, to make life for her and her spouse easier and better. So I pumped and pumped and pumped as much power God everywhere as I could think of, or pump everywhere, and hoped and hoped and hoped, that I could keep talking and breathing and power of God. And she's a really nice lady. I really hope that my powers bring her everything and anything that her and her spouse need to help anything get better or be easier. Because she was saying, so she fell at the hotel. How horrifying is that? I mean, she's already needs a hip. And then, poor lady. And then she just keeps facing kind of nightmares where the health insurance is being gross and abusive and making her wait for a hip replacement. And we were talking about how when you have to wait for a hip replacement, your hip might be just having more damage than help the whole time. And that's kind of mean for the medical industry not to just hurry up and give hip replacements. And the lady was saying, no, they learn it as a medical strategy to make people go to physical therapy before a hip replacement, to make sure that the person really wants a hip replacement or something that bad, or some kind of weird insurance strategy to so people don't get surgeries as much or something. It sounded kind of like corrupt and mean, because like if physical therapy could be hurting your hip more, then why would you ever even do that? It just seemed horrifying. Oh, another device. Oh, here he comes. Oh. See that officer? Hopefully I got him. I think there's something else that's going to be coming. Another divine appointment. I think there's another vehicle. There was a police car that just went. So I'm at Cain's at San Luis Rey and Ramon. I'm at Cain's at San Luis Rey and Ramon. And a police officer just turned at the road right down from here. I think it's Crossley or something. The one where there's like a 7-Eleven to the left and the Walmart road to the right. And it's another divine appointment. God wanted me to be here because that police officer is answering a call about somebody who needs a miracle. And I know for sure somebody else is going to show up. Watch. It seems like there's nothing. The police officer already went around this corner. It seems like there's nothing. This is the corner where the police officer went and turned towards the 7-Eleven. It seems like it's over. It seems like there's nothing, but watch. I swear something else is going to show up. Watch. And wherever that police officer went is the God wanting me to pay attention to the miracle necessity wherever the cop is going. So I'm going to research that later. But I can feel through my powers that there's something else that's going to peek its head. The power of God tells me something else is going to be coming on through. Let's see here. I don't see nothing. This is weird when the power of God tells you something, but you don't see anything. I don't see anything, but the power of God tells me something's coming. Yeah, but I don't see anything. It's like, well. Just keep driving a little bit and see what this is all about. Because I feel like something is coming by this street. Maybe coming down from a different street, but it's going to hit this street. I just feel like something's going to hit this street. And when it hits this street, then you know whether it's connected to that police officer that turned at Crossley or not. Or maybe I'm driving too fast. I don't know. Maybe the police officer is going to realize he needs to call for an ambulance or something. I don't know. But I just feel like it's all going to hit me going down this road. Well, I'm going to stop at the Circle K because I really feel like some soda and some chocolate. So there's no way I can miss something going down this road because I'm about to turn right here. Alright, I don't see anything. I'm looking at the crowd over there. I don't see anything. Well, let's park right by the road here for a minute. I'm just eager to find out what the hell my powers think I know. I spend so much time blocking out reality because there's really bad people that did bad, gross things to me that stalk my existence. So I spend so much time blocking things out that it's like, I don't really know because I don't want to use my brain all the way. So what am I picking up on? I'll know. Let's all find out. Here's my favorite Circle K is right here. The corner of Nate Palm and Ramon. Somebody's parked right here, so it's like, well, since somebody else parked here, I'm going to use it as an excuse, like I'm allowed to park right here. Get my soda and my chocolate. Let's see here. I feel like something's coming. Well, let's be nosy with my powers. Why did that police officer turn? They were answering a call. It looks like the call seems like it could or could not be important. When they get there, they're gonna think we should call for a little bit extra. So that must be what I'm picking up on. I must be picking up on the fact that the cop is going to call for some extra something for whatever reason. It looks like he's going to call for some extra support because he's just a little concerned, but he's not sure if he should be concerned. So that could be an ambulance or something where he just wants them to check the person or something. And I can check on what kind of miracle they needed that made this God point it all out. So let me check the cop. Let's see. Did the cop call for anything yet? Well, it looks like the cop has called for just some extra support. But I'm sitting here waiting for something to show up on the road. He's barely calling for support. So he's not going to get support this fast or easy. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I was thinking I'm a God picking up on something, and I did not decipher all of it, so I did not know that he's barely calling for someone to come in and help him a little bit. Let's see here. Let's put this a little more in perspective here. Oh, if you put it in perspective, you can't see who's coming. Let's see if I can feel the emergency people. Oh, look, we always have time for the shit talkers. These are two people. I'd never think twice about their existence, but boy, they find a lot of time to laugh and talk shit. Let's put the laughing talk shitters on there. Oh, look, now they're famous. That's great. They're not going to care. They're one of a bajillion everywhere. They don't care till they need God, and God laughs. And they realize, wow, I should have bought something. You know, now this is kind of good. Whoever's going to come down this road, I can put the power of God into whatever drives down and hit the police officer in the situation better. Now, I don't know where the fire station is. I don't know where the fire station is. I don't know where the police station is. I don't know how the hell I think something's going to drive down this road and be connected to that police officer that drove and made a turn on Crossley. I don't have any idea how I know, because like I said, I spend so much time blocking out my powers and blocking out the intelligence of my powers, because usually there's bad or sickening souls and mentalities, and I have to spend a lot of time blocking things out and maneuver my powers and stuff, knowing things to figure it out. And let's see, I haven't seen anything, but I feel like something's coming. So I can feel whatever was coming is coming. Whatever I thought was coming, I knew it was coming at some point, but I didn't realize when. Once I parked, I knew they weren't coming that fast. But I feel like they're coming now, and they're going to pass by this road down Ramon towards that Crossley area. And when they cross Ramon through Date Palm towards that Crossley area, it is interconnected with the cop that turned at Crossley. And it's connected to a miracle that's necessary, which is why that God wanted me to just understand all of it, to see if and who would qualify for a miracle. I have this weird feeling, though. I have a weird feeling that the siren is not the same reason, though. The police officer had their siren on and turned at Crossley. I have a feeling that the siren being on is not the exact same situation that my powers are picking up on, that this God wants me to understand about. So I'm not sure how that comes together. Maybe the cop had two different situations back to back or something. I don't know. Okay, they're almost here. Whoever this mystery car or whatever is, they're almost here. So let's find out what is connected to this hero police officer moment thing and who the hell they are. And I know to keep this very focused. So I get them on the video. Oh yeah, I gotta take that to the trash. I just forgot about that. Alright, here we go. Let's find out who these people are. Here we go. Here we go. They're in here somewhere. Flying by. In here somewhere. Flying by. In here somewhere, flying by. in here somewhere, flying by. The patience required for some of this stuff. This is what it's like to be a god. This is what it's like to be a god, an angel. This is what it's like to know the future or know something's there or something exists. Normally, you make sure you're in the right place at the right time perfectly, but like, I don't know, I'm just playing games with it. If it was that important, I'd make sure I'm in the right place at the right time, but like, it doesn't seem that important. I mean, I just know that that police officer is connected to some kind of miracle that some God is asking me to pay attention to. So, I mean, I don't really need to care about anything else. I just was curious as to why something else is coming down the road that's connected to that police officer. Curiosity, man. I just want to know what is going to drive down the road, and then maybe sit with the children of God, try to figure out what it means. Sometimes the fun of being a god, too, is playing, like, dinner, mystery, murder theater, or whatever. And, like, using your powers to kind of know stuff, but kind of not know stuff. And then sitting around with the children of God trying to figure out, like, the whole thing all together. That's always kind of fun, too. I can feel them coming. So I want to stay very focused on the cars driving by. Well, whoever this is, they take their lolly-dolly time. Fine, I have too much curiosity. What the hell was coming down the road and why? I'll just use my powers. It looks like what's coming down the road has something to do with the person the cop is visiting. Oh, well, then it's just going to be a car or something. Oh, that's not going to stand out very good. Well, now I'm going to sit here. I'm going to sit here and point out the car just to be weird. Okay, apparently somebody connected to the miracle necessity person. So the person who needs a miracle, somebody's going to drive down this road that's connected to that miracle person. And that police officer that turned at Crossley is going to be the police officer that helps them. And I'm supposed to follow it all to help this God to see if these people could get as much miracle from my powers as I can get. Well, then, dang it. Now I'm going to just sit here and point out the car then or whatever. I sat here this long. Somebody will figure it out. That police officer, some other police officer, somebody who ends up helping whoever it is going to realize that vehicle has something to do with something. Or a similar vehicle if you can't prove it's the same exact vehicle. Because it's from far away, I guess you can't really prove it. Okay. That one. Oh, gosh. There was a car. It looks like a white SUV thing. There's a white SUV thing. That police officer has something to do with that white SUV thing. And it's somehow going to come together about him turning at Crossley and some miracle that a person involved in everything needs. Well, I have solved everything enough to just feel better. I guess if you guys want more, my queen, the gods get real nosy. the gods could probably show you play by play, whatever they're allowed to say.